The Galactic Council had made their position abundantly clear. Humanity was too primitive, too reckless, too dangerous to join the civilized species of the galaxy. The fact that a human child's recreational device had just caused the single greatest diplomatic disaster in Council history only proved their point. Nova Chen hadn't meant to start an interstellar incident. She'd only wanted to practice her kickflips. The 14-year-old had been visiting the sanctuary station with her parents, both xenobiologists, studying the diverse species that inhabited the neutral diplomatic hub. While they attended yet another boring conference, Nova had done what any sensible teenager would do. She'd grabbed her skateboard and found an empty corridor to practice. What she didn't know was that the corridor connected directly to the high-security detention wing, where the galaxy's most dangerous war criminals awaited trial. What she really didn't know was that her skateboard was about to become a weapon of mass destruction. The trouble started when Albie Morrison, the station's 16-year-old maintenance intern, noticed Nova carving down the polished corridor at impressive speed. "Hey," he called out, jogging after her. "You can't be here. This is..." His warning came too late. Nova launched into a perfect ollie, her board leaving the ground in that split second of weightlessness that made skateboarding feel like flying. She landed smoothly, wheels hitting the alien composite flooring with a satisfying crack. Then the screaming started, down the corridor. Behind reinforced transparent aluminum, a Catharian officer clutched his auditory organs and collapsed. Then another. Then 6 more. Within seconds, every guard in the detention wing was writhing on the floor in apparent agony. "What did you do?" Albie shouted, running toward the chaos. "Nothing. I just landed," Nova protested, skateboard clutched defensively to her chest. The station's emergency alarms shrieked to life. Automated systems detected the mass casualty event and immediately sealed the section. Red emergency lights bathed everything in crimson as medical teams rushed toward the scene. Commander Rex of the Catharian Security Force arrived within minutes, his chitinous exoskeleton gleaming under the harsh lights, his compound eyes fixed on Nova with what could only be described as pure horror. "Impossible," he hissed through his translator. "The human child. She carries a sonic weapon. It's a skateboard." Nova held it up, terrified. The simple wooden deck with its graphic of a cartoon alien looked utterly harmless. "Test it," Zrex commanded his remaining officers, who approached with extreme caution, weapons drawn. Albie stepped protectively in front of Nova. "She's just a kid. She doesn't have any weapons." One of the Catharian scientists who'd arrived with the medical team extended a sensor toward the skateboard. His eyes widened, all 6 of them. "Commander," he said slowly, "the wheels. They're emitting a resonance frequency when they make contact with the flooring. The specific composition of our station floors, combined with the polyurethane wheel material, creates a harmonic that's..." He paused, checking his readings again. "Exactly 47.3 kilohertz. Zrex went very still. "The Catharian neural disruption frequency. Precisely. Every time the board's wheels touch the ground, it broadcasts a frequency that overloads Catharian nervous systems. It's a perfect weapon against us." Nova looked at her skateboard with new eyes. "But it's just a skateboard. I bought it at a mall on Earth." The implications rippled through the gathered aliens like a shockwave. The Vex 3 observers' tentacles trembled. The Saurian diplomat's scales paled. Even the normally unflappable Andromedans exchanged nervous glances. "The humans," one whispered, "they give such weapons to their children. For recreation?" By the time Nova's parents arrived, the situation had escalated beyond anyone's control. 17 Catharian officers lay in the medical bay, suffering from severe neural trauma. 3 were in critical condition. The station's Catharian contingent, nearly a quarter of its security force, had been incapacitated by a human child's toy. The council convened an emergency session. Within the hour, Nova sat in the observation gallery, flanked by her terrified parents and a surprisingly supportive Albie, who'd refused to leave her side. Below, alien delegates argued furiously. "This proves what we've always said," shrieked the Catharian ambassador. "Humans are too dangerous. They arm their juveniles with neural disruptors and call them toys. They're either brilliant strategists or catastrophically reckless. Neither option is acceptable for council membership. It was an accident, the human ambassador protested. We had no idea that particular frequency would. Ignorance is not an excuse. A vexed 3 counselors' tentacles slammed against the podium. Do you know what else we've discovered? Human music at certain volumes can shatter crystalline entity matrices. Human coffee is a Class 3 neurotoxin to 47 species. Human dogs produce dander that triggers fatal allergic reactions in pentaxians. And now this. Your children play with weapons that can incapacitate trained security officers. The Andromedian representative added, her voice cold. What else are you hiding? What other innocent human items could devastate our species? Nova felt tears burning her eyes. She'd never meant to hurt anyone. It was just a skateboard. Albie squeezed her shoulder. It's not your fault, he whispered. They're just scared. And he was right. Nova could see it now, beneath all the outrage and accusations. The aliens weren't angry, they were terrified. Terrified of a species that apparently weaponized reality itself without even realizing it. Terrified of a civilization where children's toys could kill soldiers. The human ambassador stood slowly. Esteemed council, he began, I understand your concerns, but perhaps this incident illustrates exactly why humanity should join the council. We don't see these dangers because we've evolved alongside them. We could help you navigate the hazards of our world that seem invisible to us, but catastrophic to you. We could. Absolutely not, Zrex interrupted. The Catharian Collective formally moves to quarantine the Sol system indefinitely. The vote was called. Nova watched in horror as, one by one, the alien delegates raised their appendages in favor. Humanity's chance at the stars died in a council chamber. Killed by a skateboard and fear. As they left the station, Nova looked at Albie. Do you think they're right? Are we really that dangerous? Albie considered the question seriously. I think we're just different. And different is always scary. He paused. But maybe someday they'll understand that different doesn't mean dangerous, maybe. Nova said softly, clutching her skateboard, the most dangerous weapon in the galaxy. The irony wasn't lost on either of them.